Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today, our group will present about the library data management system. Okay, first of all, we will start with company situation. As we know that Selangor Matriculation Institution Library, also known as the Al-Zarqali Library, was founded on the same day as the institution in 2010. This library offers a wide range of books on many kinds of materials that can be used by all of the students as maximum as it can. The library is very committed in supporting learning, research, teaching, and practical in order to create a community that loves to read. The outdated technique of writing in books that is still used in this library makes it exceedingly difficult for lecturers and students to identify the learning resources they need. This is due to the fact that customers must inquire at the counter as to whether the books they require are available, and the library staff member will locate the desired book in the book storage system. Subsequently, the library staff member will determine the book's existence simultaneously, resulting in a significant amount of time lost on pointless book title search. Furthermore, the library continues to record the date a book is borrowed and returned on the paper located which is front of the book that is available for checkout. It is because they lack the student's name and ID to identify who borrowed the book. This results in a large number of books being misplaced and not returned, leaving them scattered all over the campus area.
Now, I will explain about the problem and constraint. Without a library management system, Selangor Matriculation College have a number of problems and constraints that may reduce customer service. The primary concern is the lengthy process of identifying, updating, and retrieving books. Librarians are incorrectly filling the borrower's record and index, causing the process to slow down and wasting students' time. Furthermore, manual procedures are inefficiently for storing large amounts of data, and since they increase the chance of errors and miscarrying information. In addition, manual data entry is inherently inconsistent. Last but not least, when using the manual technique, librarians at Selangor Matriculation College are having difficulty finding books that have been borrowed or returned. As a result, librarians spend the majority of their time on administrative and mechanical tasks rather than connecting with those who utilize libraries.
Now I'm going to talk about the objective of our database system. The first one is to provide an efficient management library system that can help employees maximize the use of every resource and maintain library records. The second one is to design database that can track the availability of books and simply do a quick search to obtain data of the book. And lastly, to develop databases that can help ease employees in managing and maintaining the library system and allow customers to experience a better, improved, and well-organized system.
Now I will explain about the business rules. So we have 6 business rules over here, which are each member of the library can borrow many books and each book can be borrowed by many members. And this shows that it is a many-to-many relationship, that we have each librarian will manage many borrow details and each borrow details will be managed by one librarian. This shows that this is a one-to-many relationship. Other than that, we have each supplier can supply many books and each book can be supplied by many suppliers. This shows one-to-many relationships. Moving on to the ERD diagram. In this diagram, we have we have 5 tables, which are member table, borrow details, book, supplier, and librarian. As I mentioned just now, member and book table has a relationship which is many to many. So we will need a bridge table, and we name the table as borrow details table. Each librarian will manage many borrow details, and each borrow details will be managed by one librarian. Each books will be supplied by one supplier, and one supplier can supply many books. Moving on to the demonstration. So first we will be welcomed by the login page, and we will have to insert the username and password. Each librarian has their own username and their own password. If you input the wrong username or password, error message will be displayed. So I will input the correct password. So now this page will be shown. So we will have librarian, members information, books information, borrow details, and suppliers information form.
So right now, I'll show you how to add data in our navigation form. So this is the librarian's information. To add data, simply click New, and then I'll insert the librarian's ID. I'll make it 107, Mary Jane, Mary JN, password Mary1234. And to save the information, simply click Save, and the data will be saved. And if you want to see the previous record that we have inserted before, you can click this button right here, and you can see the previous record. We also create features where we can delete the data. So if you want to delete this data, you can click Delete like that, and just click Yes. Okay, now I'll add data for members information. For members information, to add new data, again, you just click New, and the member ID, I'll make it 6, Jessica Rose, phone number, for the email, gmail.com. And to save the data, just click Save, and the data will be saved. For books information, to add the data, simply just click New, and I'll add 1180478. I'll make it UNI. English. And then to save the data, just click Save. Now let's add data for borrow details. So to add data, click New, and then for member ID, I'll make it 6, ID 115103, checkout date, and the return date, I'll make it 30, and the due date is, and then we'll click Save. So now lastly, we're gonna add data for suppliers information. So click New, supplier name, and supplier address. You click Save. That's all for adding data.
We will move on to reports. There are 3 reports. The first one is borrow details. So if we click the borrow details report, it will show member ID, book ID, librarian ID, checkout date, return date, and fine amount. For the librarian reports, it will show the librarian ID, librarian name, username, and password. And the last one is the report for the member. It will show the member ID, member name, phone number, and email.
So now I'll explain about the report based on our queries. So the first one, we have a query about the detail of members that return books later than the supposed date. So firstly, we click Create button and then Form. So here we can see our query in a report form. Next, next query is about we will see a report about total number of suppliers that this library has. As our previous one, we click Create and then Form. So here we see a form about the total suppliers that this library has. And lastly, we have queries about report the total number of books that has been checked out in July to December 2023. As usual, we click the Create button and then Form. That's all from us. Thank you.